It's another beautiful, sunny and springy morning here in Charente.
We're here in our kitchen, and the morning sun is really beaming into the room, so we're really enjoying the morning rays.
What's lovely in this room, in this kitchen, is that there's not actually wall or even the doors there. Well, there are doors, but we can open them totally, so it just creates that big hole in the wall, as those doors currently are those old carriage doors meant for the car to come in. But it's really lovely in these warm and sunny days. What could be nicer than be half outdoors when you're in your kitchen?
Yeah, absolutely. And as Jyrki said, this was the old garage, so it was really a big transformation for us to do, and we're very proud of how far we were able to push our building skills to transform this room. And we got to this point last summer already.
We were thinking earlier just to keep the kitchen where it was originally. That kitchen was really, really tiny and small. And of course, we thought that because all the pipes and everything are there, so the water pipes, so it's better to keep it there. But then just one day or one evening on a winter night last year, we just had this kind of a snap thought that, oh wow, what if we just take the advantage of the bigger space which is currently empty and just as a storage, the carriage, why don't we convert this space into the kitchen? And within a month we were already renovating it, and with the help of our great builder and his wife, who's also a builder. So they did a great job with the this structural work.
Yeah.
And it was so great to see this space converting into something which we didn't even think earlier than a month.
Another reason that we hadn't thought initially of having the kitchen here was, since buying the house, we have had the opportunity of buying the small cottage which is next door to us here. And around a year and a half ago, that opportunity came to us. And so we were very fortunate to be able to buy that little cottage, and with certain plans in mind, then it really made sense that the kitchen could be here.
And as we just said earlier, that we enjoy being half outdoors when we are in our kitchen, that's the plan also for the future. We're going to put glass doors leading to the courtyard, which we are going to have when we take down the roof of that cottage next door. So that courtyard and this kitchen will kind of flow together, having this place to have a breakfast or lunch outside, and then later in the evening to come in to the kitchen and eat here.
Yeah, and even though we have a beautiful small garden, we thought it would be fantastic to have something really right beside the house. And with having enough space in this house and enough renovation, we decided not to renovate the cottage into a living space, but we thought it would be much more special to have another outside space, and then, as Jyrki said, to have these doors just leading into a little garden. We were very fortunate to find these huge 2.5 meter doors, which we hope will go in this space, and with some kind of paneling around the top. But we think they're really magnificent, and they came out of an old house in a village around 30 minutes from here. So it's really one of the best finds we have come across, and we think they will be really glorious in the space. You have to excuse the dust on them at the moment, but they will clean up quite nicely, I think. What we're most excited about is the fact that we will still get a huge amount of natural light coming in through the glass, and with the other, hopefully, double doors coming from the future garden, we will have light coming in from both sides. And what better thing to have than a stream of natural light all the time. And we still can open them up to the street when we want, and still have some kind of access like we have now, but it just looks a little more elegant. We would like to show you now the work we have done from the beginning here in the garage, or should we say kitchen, and bring you through the renovation process that we have done.
Let's have a look.
As with the other renovations on our channel, this is where we have gotten with our kitchen so far, before we decided to make our YouTube channel. So we started with quite an unattractive room full of clutter, and upon emptying we could start the work and see the true size and potential of the room. We had our ceiling reinforced initially, as the floor above was so bouncy and just didn't feel so nice to walk on. We had 2 new beams installed to help with this. We of course sacrificed on the height a little, but it was definitely worth it when thinking of the result of a safer structure. These beams are yellow due to them being treated against all kinds of rot and water damage. After the beams came some insulation for the sound and warmth, before installing a new plasterboard ceiling. Once the ceiling was complete, we painted it white, making the room already brighter and higher feeling. We had the pipes plumbed from the hot water tank and mains water from the cellar, ready for the sink and dishwasher installation. Now, with having the new kitchen on the opposite side of the house, having the ability to run the pipes through the cellar made the job so much easier. We then tackled the big job of replastering the entire room, certainly something we had never done before. We have never even iced a cake before, not to talk about plastering walls. Once we got used to mixing the right consistency though, it turned into a satisfying job. After the plastering was more or less finished, we directed our attention to the floor, where we sanded the old wooden planks, which came up beautifully. After a couple of coats of varnish, the floor was glorious, and even Kitty came to give her seal of approval. Surrounding the wooden planks was a surface of concrete. We laid a new screed, which was admittedly extremely difficult. The results were very mixed, and this summer we need to look at doing another layer to get a smoother look. We would not recommend doing this in 40-degree heat. As you can see here, it dried almost as we poured, and it was a disaster. We painted the beams with a dark brown paint, and immediately the room started to come together. The shelf in the back was kept from the original garage, and we thought it was fitting to keep it. We started tiling the backsplash in a beautiful turquoise Italian tile. Tiling is also a newly acquired skill, so we will be registering as master plasterers and tilers this year, so do contact us for all your intricate renovation needs. We picked up this sink for only €50. We painted the casing in the same brown as the beams, removed the doors and added some fabric. The look we are going for in the kitchen is very rustic and charming. From the beginning we knew we did not want a fitted kitchen, but something with a bit more character and more our style, so an unfitted kitchen is what we wanted, using various pieces of furniture which we will pick up as we go. We were on a big deadline last summer to get this ready for a family visit, so we are quite pleased for getting this finished in time, even though there are lots of things still left to do.
So it's been quite a journey with this kitchen throughout all those months of last year.
Yeah, some ups and downs, and it certainly tested our skills and maybe more so our nerves and tempers. But we got here in the end, and we look forward to many more morning coffees here and lunchtime bottles of sparkling and evening bottles of red.
But mostly the coffee, of course.
Yeah.
We've noticed that we have nearly all the time a cup or glass in our hand, but I promise it's mostly coffee.
Yeah, there's no wine in the cup, we promise. But we will bring you along, of course, on everything we do, and we're very happy to have you along with us.
See you next week.